watching the Isaiah Factor Uncensored.
And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. It's been 7 months since 4-year-old Israel Scott drowned during a swim lesson in Georgia. Last week, the instructor, identified as Lexi Tenhusen, faces criminal charges. Police in Georgia initially declined to charge the instructor last summer. According to a press release, there was a lack of evidence. Today, I spoke with Izzy's mother, Dory Scott. She says she's still unsure about exactly what happened to her baby.
On the first day of swim, we were told we were not allowed to stay. So I waited in my car, and the second day I had a knock on my window saying, "Come get your baby." I didn't know what had happened.
Wow.
And walked through the fence, and there my son is laying on the side of the pool, unresponsive, no heartbeat, no nothing. Don't know how long he was underwater, none of that.
And your son, Israel, said something to you that you told reporters, and it sticks with you and haunts you today. Tell us a little bit about what he said, his concern.
So the morning of the swim lesson where he drowned, I was getting him, and I have another son, I laid out their clothes, and he saw his swim clothes the second day, and he asked why was he wearing that, and I said, "You going to swim lessons again today?" And he was like, "I don't want to go." And I said, "Why?" Like, he said it in a joking way, and I said, "Why?" And he said, "Because I might drown." And I said, "You're not going to drown, silly. That's why you're going to swim lessons," because he loves water.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "The swim lessons because you're learning how to swim so that you won't drown." So I explained that to him. He hops down happy and goes and plays until we get ready to go. It was I never thought twice about that or anything. It was just kind of like how kids say they don't want to do something sometimes. It was just a general, I don't want to go. But then later on, after he passed, I found out that he told his auntie the night before, that he had swallowed a lot of water and he was throwing up at the pool. And I found out later on that he had to sit on the side. I never knew that. Had I known that, my son would have never went back.
Right. Wow. Wow. And from your perspective and your understanding, what went wrong with that lesson that day?
So just from all of the police reports and the testimonies, first of all, I don't feel like my son should have been able to swim the length of the pool on day 2 as a non-swimmer at 4 years old.
I would agree. I would totally agree. That's far. That's a far distance, a long distance for a kid to be swimming on day 2.
So that should have never happened. Like, he should have ever had, and I feel like being that he was one of the youngest ones in the class, he should have been watched the entire time, like right beside you. Mm-hmm. So it was a 4 and up non-swimmer class or whatever. So we still don't know to this day what happened. No one knows. The case has been reinvestigated by the GBI. We still never got anything.
And that's the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. And Dory, what we hear in this country is parents, especially Black parents, get your kids swimming lessons. Exactly. They need swimming lessons, and you do that, and this is what happens.
This is what happens. And I was bashed on the internet. It was a lady saying, basically, don't teach no more Tyrones. I was bashed so bad about it. Heard all type of things of what people wouldn't have done, what I should have done. But the only thing I was trying to do was keep my son safe, sign him up for swim lessons. My daughter took swim lessons with her as well. Mm-hmm. It was fun.
And now you're an advocate for having more adult attendees or older teenagers who are there to monitor the kids who are getting these swimming lessons.
Yeah, I'm an advocate because first of all, there's no swim laws in Georgia. So you can teach as many kids as you want in a pool. And there's guidelines, but there's no laws here. So.
How many instructors were there the day your son died?
I found out through police reports that it was just her, and she had her granddaughter, I guess, helping. She was 12 or 11, I think, and she had 10 kids.
Wow. Wow. Are you planning to take any further legal action, any civil action against this instructor?
Definitely.
What would you tell parents out there who, may hear the cry and the plea to get Black kids swimming lessons and this happens? What would you tell those parents and parents in general?
So I'm all for, getting lessons for your kids. I'm not trying to stop swim lessons at all. All I'm saying is I went in not knowing what to look for. Like I say, know what to look for when you sign your kids up for swim. You need to know what the guidelines are, ratios. Hopefully we'll get laws put into place. I hope. Just know what to look for, because when I signed my son up for swim, I never, you don't think your son is going to drown at swim lessons. Like,
right. You're supposed to be taught to swim.
To swim. Like,
yeah.
That's what I paid you for. Like, I paid you for that. And then when I'm looking at my son on the side of the pool, unresponsive, no heartbeat, and I ask you what happened, and your response is, I don't know.
Wow.
That's all I got was, I don't know. No, I'm sorry, nothing. It was, I don't know. That's all I got.
Was this a private individual or an entity that you took your kid to for?
Well, she had a business.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Used a private pool. She had a business. I'm not going to state the name. I don't do that. But she had a business. It was on Facebook. That's how she advertised. She's been teaching 30 plus years kids to swim. A lot of people know her. A lot of my clients use them for their kids.
And is she still doing lessons now, or did she take a pause?
I don't know what she's doing. She's deleted all of her social media, everything. So I don't know.
All right, Dory Scott. Well, thank you for talking with us and sharing your story, and keep us updated if the state of Georgia decides to put some laws in place that will address this. And we wish you the best.